must not be hardened. To those living on the margins, there is room at the table for everyone. This is where it all begins. This is how we gather in. There is room at the table for everyone. Too long we have wandered, burdened and undone. There is room at the table for everyone. Let us sing the new world in. This is how it all begins. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, there is room at the table for everyone. Here and now we can be just in love and community. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There is enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone.
Seems like only yesterday I didn't have a clue. I stood alone not knowing where to turn. Suddenly I look around, everything looks new. I don't know why, but I think I'm starting to learn. They call it understanding, a willingness to grow. I finally understand it. There's so much I could know.
Till the day came along, I used to just get lost. I only heard the things that I wanted to hear. It always seemed like no one cared, and you took the time
got me understanding. You've given me some pride. I finally understand it. You're really on my side.
You're really on my side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're really on my side. I finally understand it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I finally understand it.
Understanding.
You got me, 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 you got me understanding. You got me understanding.
Just like the first time.
I wanna understand it. I wanna understand it.
The first time.
You got me understanding. You give me some right, I'm finally understanding. Oh yeah.
You got me understanding. They call it understanding.
You got me understanding.
Have a beautiful day. You got me. You got me understanding.
You
You got me.
You got me understanding.
Got me understanding.
You got me understanding.
First time.
You got me understanding. Some of you are ignorant and undereducated. The information that you're taught is really outdated. But don't worry, it's all the system's fault. There are multiple orientations, and no, it's not an abomination. Sexual or romantic, they're all legitimate. There's such a thing as romantic attraction, not to be confused with sexual attraction. And sometimes these things just don't line up. Transgender's more than woman to man. The issue that we're dealing with is getting out of hand. Acceptance could save so many lives, like Jamie's. Don't listen to what you hear. Whoops. Am I singing the right verse? Yes. Okay. I'm going to start that one again. Don't listen to what you hear. There are people who are genderqueer because they're more than two genders. Please don't assume anybody's pronouns, they, theirs, gender neutral, that's how. Please just don't guess who I am. Skirts or shorts, That's just me. The way I dress is not my identity. Let me speak for myself.
I was a boy, I'm glad he didn't check. I learned to fly, I learned to fight, I lived a whole life in one night. We saved each other's lives out on the pirate deck. I remember that night when leaving a late night with some friends, and I hear somebody tell me it's not safe, someone should help me. I need to find a nice man to walk me home. When I was a boy, I scared the pants off of my mom, climbed what I could climb upon. And I don't know how I survived, I guess I knew the tricks that all boys know. Riding topless on her bike, yeah, I never cared who saw. My neighbor came outside to say, I'll get you a shirt. I said, no way, it's the last time, I'm not breaking any law. And now I'm in this clothing store, and the signs say less is more. More that's tight means more to see. More for them, not more for me. That can't help me climb a tree 10 seconds flat when I was a boy. When I was a boy, see that picture, that was me, grass-stained shirt and dusty knees. And I know things have gotta change. They've got pills to sell, they've got implants to put in, they've got implants to remove. But I am not forgetting I was a boy too. Where I would creep, it's a secret I can keep, except when I'm tired, except when I'm being caught off guard. I've had a lonesome, awful day. Conversation finds its way to catching fireflies out in the backyard. And so I tell the man I'm with about the other life I lived, and I say, now you're Top Gun, I have lost and you have won. He said, oh no, no, can't you see? When I was a girl, my mom and I, we always talked. I picked flowers everywhere that I walked.
Will you be with me? Will you see me through when the world is harsh? Can I count on you? We have come this far. Now it's up to you to be there. I stood up for you, knowing I might never have the chance to show my heart in ways that others learn to take for granted. And now I am asking you, will you be with me? Will you see me through when the world is harsh? Can I count on you? We have come this far. Now it's up to you to be there for this love, You don't understand. You ask why I feel so strongly about holding up this love in front of everyone around me, because I am asking you, will you be with me? Will you see me through when the world is harsh? Can I count on you? We have come this far. Now it's up to you to be there for this Every day we're beaten up or killed for simply showing that we've reached inside ourselves and found the deepest love we've ever known. Can we depend on you? Will you be with me? Will you see me through when the world is harsh? Can I count on you? We have come this far. Now it's up to you to be there. Will you be with me? Will you see me through when the world is harsh? Can I count on you? We have come this far. Now it's up to you to be there for this
You gotta do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you gotta do. Oh Lord, you gotta do when the Spirit says do. 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 You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing. Oh Lord, you gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. 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 You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you gotta dance. Oh Lord, you gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. 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 You've gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. You gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. When the Spirit says laugh, you gotta laugh. Oh Lord, you gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. 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 You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you gotta shout. Oh Lord, you gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. 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 You gotta do when the Spirit says do. You gotta do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you gotta do. Oh Lord, you gotta do when the Spirit says do. 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 Spirit says do.
Dear kid I was, hey there, it's me, you, it is you, me, writing to me, you from the future. We are almost 43, and I sure do wish there was a way for me to get this message from future me to past you, but so far, humankind hasn't invented anything like that yet, not that I know of, anyway. So all I can do is write this letter. And just maybe it might help out some other poor kid who feels all alone, just like you and I did way back when. I'm hoping that this letter might let them know that they are not the only one.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to virtual worship with the Unitarian Universalist Church of Silver Spring. I am Annabelle Leet, your worship associate for today's service, and my pronouns are she and hers. Today, the Rainbow Alliance presents a powerful service for all of us who have ever wished that we could go back and tell our younger selves the things that we know now. They present to us a letter by a queer author doing just that, and taking from it lessons on identity and acceptance. We just heard the opening words to Letter to My Younger Self, which comes from the first young adult book by storyteller Ivan E. Coyote, which is titled One in Every Crowd. This book is for anyone who has ever felt different or alone in their struggle to be true to themselves. We are grateful to the Rainbow Alliance for bringing this reading to us today. Whether this is your first time joining us for virtual worship or your 51st, I am so glad that you're here. Jim Street is our welcoming captain, and he would be glad to answer your questions in the chat. Jim will also be available during virtual coffee hour after the service. If you're watching live right now, you can log into Google to participate in the chat in real time. This is a big part of how we connect with one another during these services. Comments are not going to be available for later playback. However, during the service, they are very public, so please keep that in mind while you're chatting. Also, the live chat has some safety features to prevent disruptive comments, so you're not going to be able to post special characters or complete web addresses. You can log into a special Zoom room if you would like to watch the service accompanied by American Sign Language. If you need help finding that link, please ask in the chat or email vstechsupport at uucss.org. That's vstechsupport at uucss.org. In a few minutes, everyone's going to be invited to light our flaming chalices. So now is a good time to go get a chalice, a candle, flashlight, whatever, so that you can join in kindling the flame of community. But first, let's take a moment to say thank you to all those who have made today's service possible.
Please join me in the words on your screen as we light our chalices and reaffirm our congregational commitment. May this light warm our hearts with love and caring, and guide us in the ways of truth. As we gather here for worship, we pledge ourselves to the endless search for truth, to the right of each to believe as mind, heart, and conscience dictate, to accept the responsibilities this freedom commands, and to implement our belief in the essential worth and dignity of every human being. May it be so. Now let's join together in singing. The words to the song will appear on your screen.
Since what we choose is what we are, and what we love we yet shall be, the goal may ever shine our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way.
Julian is a Mermaid by Jessica Love. This is a boy named Julian, and this is his abuela, and those are some mermaids. Julian loves mermaids. Vámonos, mijo. This is our stop. Abuela, did you see the mermaids? I saw them, mijo. Abuela, I am also a mermaid. I'm going to take a bath. You be good. Julian has a good idea. Oh! Uh-oh. Come here, mijo. For me, abuela? For you, Julian. Where are we going? You'll see, says abuela. Mermaids, whispers Julian. Like you, mijo. Let's join them. And they do.
It is the practice of this congregation to hold sacred space for sharing joys and sorrows. This is a time to share. This is an important part of our worship together, even though we haven't always done it in the same way. Before the pandemic, when we only gathered in person, we often shared verbally from a microphone in the sanctuary. Other times, everyone could write their joys and sorrows down, and a worship leader would share them during the service. During the pandemic, we invite anyone with a joy or sorrow to share to type it into the chat box while gentle music plays. As we prepare to transition to hybrid worship in the fall, where people will be able to participate both virtually and in person, we will likely try different ways of sharing our joys and sorrows until we find what works best for that setting. But no matter what form our joys and sorrows take, it's important to remember that everything that we share will be public during this live broadcast. If you're experiencing some difficulty in your life and would like some extra support, I encourage you to send an email to layministers@uucss.org, LAYMINISTERS at uucss.org. And either they or Rev Kristen will be in touch. Thankfully, no one needs special training or a special title to offer love and care to others. So please go ahead and grab a notepad or make a note of it in your preferred app of the people whose joys and sorrows touch your heart and who that you would like to reach out to this week. If you're watching the service later as a recording, I hope that you hold your own joys and sorrows as tenderly as you would those of others, and that you will send loving kindness to all of the people in our world and in your life who need it. Let us now open our hearts to the joys and sorrows this gathered community has to share.
We graduated in 1987, you and I. Who can believe it? But that was 25 years ago. I would tell you right now that the last quarter of a century has flown by. But I know you, and back then, I wouldn't have believed me. Why? Because I am writing to the me I was in 1985. And we are 15 years old and smack dab in the middle of grade 10. And graduation feels like 5 lifetimes from now. School sucks today. In fact, life sucks. And you are miserable. It is February, and last fall that thing went down with that dude you were dating, and the two of you broke up. But he was the popular guy, and you were kind of dorky, plus also brand new to that school, and he was 2 years older and about to graduate, and in almost every club or team or whatever. And now him and his whole group of jocks and pretty boys and their girlfriends don't invite you to any parties. But you know what? You are better off without them. Better off without him, for sure. But you already knew that. You're no dummy past me, and you only get better, little buddy. Trust me on this one. You dreamed big. We dreamed of being a writer and a musician. You knew you wanted to be a writer since grade 7. Remember that assignment from What's-His-Face's class? The teacher with the chalk marks all around his front pockets and sometimes even on the crotch of his brown cords? Why did that man only have one good pair of pants for school? Anyway, remember What's-His-Name's English class and how he made everybody write a short story? Remember how good it felt? Well, one day you will get to do this for a living. A good living now, after all those years of hard work. In fact, I am sitting in my office in a small home that my wife and I own, and I am writing a short story right now to you from the future. The view from here is beautiful, but we have to get through high school first, so hang in there, little buddy. You are almost there. I am not going to tell you it gets better, even though it sure did, because really, how is that going to help you get through grade 10? What you need right now is information. You need someone to tell you it is okay to be you. And hope. Oh, you need hope. And someone to say, hey, I know exactly what you're going through. So hey, here I am. And I know exactly what you're going through. And you are, as our dear Gran once told us, when I was you and you were very little, you are exactly who God meant you to be. And I am here with you. I get it. I do. I went through it too, remember? I am you. How could I not know what you are going through right now?
Once upon a time, love was all you knew, and you had secrets in your heart. You thought the way you felt might hurt the ones you loved, so you had secrets in your heart. I wish everyone would say what I say to you, and let you be the person you want to. Just be on your own side like I am on yours. Even if your life feels like a series of closed doors, be brave because no one has a heart that beats just like yours. And then Sometimes the friend you think you have are the weights that keep you low. Sometimes the bravest thing is just to let go. No one can give to you the inner peace you'll find, but you get closer every day. Remember, those who hate are really just afraid. Just focus on your own way. When you accept yourself, you will be finally free to see the beauty in you that I've always seen. Just be on your own side like I am on yours. Even if your life feels like a series of closed doors, be brave because no one has a heart that beats, a heart that beats, a heart that loves just like yours.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. Important things I need you to know, or wish I had known then. Stuff I wish someone would have told me when I was you. You know how you always loved Dolly Parton, even though she was really your mom's favorite first, and that's supposedly kind of uncool, right, to have the same favorite records as your mother. But who cares? It is Dolly. And one day you will go on to learn that it turns out she was really very cool. And even better, she is a survivor. Dolly Parton came from poverty, like real poverty, and recorded her first songs when she was 13 years old. She worked and was smart, and used her brains and her voice and her body and her big breasts, and she built something for herself, and for her family too. She always took care of her family. We have that in common, you and me and Dolly. Anyway, Dolly has a quote I love, and I want you to hear it now, and know it. It goes, "Find out who you are and do it on purpose." So how, you might ask, do I find who I am? Good question, my young friend. One of life's big ones, in fact. Some of the greatest thinkers in the history of humankind have put their noggins in gear to try to answer this one for us all. I don't really have the perfect answer, but I will tell you one thing I figured out. Or maybe I read it or saw someone else doing it and copied them, but here it is. One surefire way to figure out who you are is to never listen to anyone else tell you who or what you can be. Never let someone else decide for you what you are capable of being. Remember when that one music teacher told you that girls don't make good drummers? Well, turns out he was wrong. I'm here to tell you he was very wrong about that. In many other ways, he turned out to be a great saxophone teacher, but he was profoundly wrong about the drumming thing. Right now, future you is in an all-butch choir, and you are singing and drumming and strumming your bursting heart right out. And it is a beautiful thing. I only wish that we hadn't listened to the guy who told us when we were 13 that girls couldn't play drums, because then I would have started playing them 30 years ago. Remember when everyone in school called boys who liked drama class, or played the flute, or who wanted to be cheerleaders, fags? You know that guy Corey from home economics class, and Michael, and that blonde kid, his name started with a D, I forget his name? Remember how that blonde kid did that dance number for a talent show that one time in grade 9? He could really dance. Remember him? His name started with a D. Past me, I know you have not accepted this about yourself yet, but I am here to tell you that you are queer. And not only is this fact nothing to be ashamed of, It will go on to be one of the things that teaches future you, me, so much about the world and about what is really important. Things like love and truth and honesty and compassion and respecting others who are different than you, and friendship and community and chosen family. So I'm going to need you to do me a favor, like I said. I need you to go and find those kids they are picking on even worse than they are picking on you right now. I need you to be kind to them, even when this means taking a risk with what is left of your own coolness at school. I'm asking you to be brave and stick up for those kids they are calling a fag or a dyke. I want you to stand up for and beside those kids that get pushed around and left out and picked over and picked on and made to feel less worthy somehow. Have their back, and in turn, they will have yours. And together, you will be better than the bullies, braver, taller, truer, more righteous, someone you can look back on one day and be really proud of. Because trust me, no one ever gets to be 43 and thinks about their life and what it all means and wishes that they had stood aside more often and allowed more injustice to happen to more already struggling kids while they were back in high school. That is not going to happen. But what will happen is that you are going to grow up and look back one day and be sorry for your silences and regret the times you stood by and let someone be cruel to someone else, or even worse, joined in on it all yourself. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I don't get it, that I have forgotten how hard school really is in the here and now, because it is my way back when now. But I have not forgotten. I know for a fact that standing up and doing the right thing when more popular or prettier or richer kids are doing the wrong thing or worse is some of the hardest shit you will ever have to do in our entire life. But it is so worth it. You don't know this yet, but one day we will travel all over the world talking to scared and lonely and bullied and brave and smart and talented queer youth. One day you and I will literally save a kid's life. Maybe more than one, even maybe, if we keep it up. But I need you to take that first step for me earlier than I was brave enough to do when I was your age. You feel me? In a way, you are kind of my second chance at doing it better, kid. And I am counting on you. I believe you can do this.
As we prepare for the offering, most of us begin by finding our checkbooks or the giving app on our phones. But this morning, I invite us all to begin instead by searching in our hearts. Before we even think of money, let us bring to mind all of our gratitude, all of our love, all of our abundance, all of our hope, all of the gifts of life, and make our offering to them.
Our community partner for June is Carpe Diem Arts. Here's an introduction to this arts group composed by 10 to 12-year-olds in a Carpe Diem music class. The song is called Dream Big.
I'm trying every day to make the world a better place. I'm trying every day to face my fears. I'm trying to make sure that no one ever feels alone. But now I'm trying to just keep going.
Carpe diem is the Latin phrase for seize the day. The children, teens, and adults of Carpe Diem aim to seize each day by engaging communities across generations and cultures through the visual, literary, and performance arts. With values that embrace social justice, diversity, inclusion, and joy, Carpe Diem primarily provides arts engagement opportunities for children and their families. Before the pandemic, Carpe Diem reached roughly 6,000 people each year, including many DC children on low-income fellowships. Their current and upcoming activities include continuing arts instruction and summer camp programs. To donate to Carpe Diem Arts, check the special collection box in your mobile app or text message. Or you can write Carpe Diem, CARPEDIEM, in the memo line of the check you send to the church. Thank you.
Have the care we need, but now we're trying to just keep singing. I'm gonna dream big, you're gonna dream big, we're gonna dream big, dream big.
There are 3 ways you can give your financial gift to the congregation. The first is by downloading the Give Plus mobile app from Vanco to set up an account. The second way is to give by using your phone to text a message to 833-880-1363. And if the app or texting don't work for you, the third way is to give by mailing a check directly to the church. All of the information you need for all 3 of these methods is on your screen now and will appear at the end of today's service.
Read my mind, I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned, staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel
May the gifts we have given fuel the flame of our commitment, empower us to serve out our mission, and give the life we share the shape of truth, love, and justice.
With joy we claim the growing light, advancing thought and widening view, the larger freedom, clearer sight, which from the old unfold the new. With wider view come loftier goal, with fuller light, more good to see, with freedom, truer self-control, with knowledge, deeper reverence be.
Please join me in the words of our chalice extinguishing. Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again.
So to sum it up, here it is again. Make art. Write stories. Don't pay attention to the haters. Most of them will grow up to be adult haters too, and they will not leave anything behind but a bad taste in your mouth as their legacy. You are capable of great things and beautiful things, but you need to be strong. Please don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't sing or dance or do math or play the drums or hockey or be a full-time working writer. You can and will one day grow up to be a writer who plays the drums while dancing and singing and counting, all at the same time. School sucks sometimes. That's the plain truth of it. Parts of school, just like parts of society, are meant to train you to conform, to make you afraid to be anything else but just like everybody else. But look around. Kindness and compassion will reward you with so much more than your fear and apathy will. Trust your heart. It's a lot smarter than you know. Find out what moves you and be it. Be brave. Be fearless. Be fabulous. Make me proud of us. I know you can do it. I'm living proof that you can be anything you dream and work and fight to be. I wish someone had given me these words when I was still you, but they didn't. So I'm giving them to you now. What you do with them is, of course, completely up to you. With much love and affection, Ivan, February 9th, 2012.
Our worship has ended, and now our service begins.
stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets bit my skin. Well, far away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and searching for the sun. We are warriors, and that's what we've become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest one's gonna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. I'm marching to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out.